I think that getting rid of stuff when you feel like you have too much, it can help to a point. At the same time, maybe you just need to stop buying stuff.
I have gas. No, not that. Gear acquisition syndrome. In the last video, I shared with you how much I spent in 2022 being a fitness professional and a content creator in the health and fitness space. A staggering $21,350. Now here's the kicker. I might have fudged that number just a little bit. There was so much stuff that I actually didn't add into that total. Things like clothes, travel costs, production gear, like cameras and everything to make these videos. Now, if I'm really being honest, $21,350 was very conservative, probably half of what I actually spent. Everything I bought was bought to solve or fix some sort of a problem.
I do need one of those.
However, what I learned was that with everything that I bought to fix a problem, it actually ended up creating another problem.
For example, I started doing Jiu Jitsu much more frequently, and more frequent Jiu Jitsu meant I had to wash my gis much more frequently, which is kind of annoying. So I figured I had three options. One, don't do Jiu Jitsu as frequently, which is kind of dumb and kind of defeats the purpose. I love doing it. Number two, don't wash my gis after each use. That's kind of gross and potentially a health hazard, so not really an option. Number three, buy more gis. So I bought more gis, problem solved. Well, not so fast. In order to use these gis, they had to be to uniform code. You see, I bought these gis from a company called Hyperfly, and they didn't have the necessary patches like this that my school's uniforms did. So I had to buy patches for all of these gis. Problem was, they weren't made very well, and they easily tore off and they couldn't be reapplied. I'm also now paying an embroiderer to embroider the logos on there so that this doesn't happen again. And instead of just paying a little extra money for laundry detergent and doing more frequent loads of laundry, now I'm doing the same amount of laundry, if not more, but at like 10 times the cost. Reassess what you actually think is a problem. Buying something to fix that problem might introduce a whole slew of other problems.
Behold, my stuff.
Buying stuff is fun, especially new stuff. And thanks to Amazon, we can have the newest stuff the same day we ordered it. Instant gratification. But what I've learned is the more stuff I accumulate into my environment, the more overstimulating my environment becomes, and sometimes it gives me severe anxiety and makes me feel trapped.
I can't even think straight when it's like this.
Come here though, I want to let you in on a little secret. Most of this stuff I don't even use.
That bag I don't use. That bag I haven't used. I just bought that bag and I really don't use it. I don't use that bag. Half of the bags on that wall, don't even use.
If the problem is that I have way too much stuff, well then there's a very simple solution. I got to get rid of all this stuff. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So first things first, I've got to take everything out of my closet and out of these drawers, throw it onto the bed so I can organize it. Then I got to pick my 33 things, then donate or sell everything else. All right, why 33 things? Well, when I was researching what would be the easiest minimalism challenges to do, Project 333 came up. Basically, you condense your wardrobe down into 33 things, and you do that for 3 months. My wardrobe was the easiest thing to tackle first. With nearly every piece of clothing, just a second. These are Kobe 10s in the Mamba Curial. Like, this was not an easy shoe to get. I never wear them. I only wore them for volleyball. And in my head, it's like, well, what if you played in a volleyball tournament? Dude, I haven't played volleyball, like an indoor volleyball tournament, in like 6 years. Way more difficult than I thought it was gonna be.
Yes, I do. I can't let you go, baby.
That is everything I'm going to donate. There's like 6 trash bags full, 7 trash bags full. All right, let's go donate all of this before I change my mind.
At the next light, turn left.
Well, I did it. I got down to my 33 items, and I must say it was much more difficult than I thought it was going to be. The other thing that I wasn't expecting was how many memories were triggered by those items. I grabbed a Dodger hat. All of that immediately brought back memories of the last Dodger game I went to with my dad and my mom. And I was like, I can't bring myself to get rid of this. Now, that was all clothing, and I still feel cramped, trapped, and anxious with the sheer amount of stuff that I still have. So I think I'm gonna also implement the one thing on day 1, 2 things on day 2, etc. for the next 30 days as well. I'm gonna check back in with you in a week's time and let you know how it's going. All right, I'll see you then.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? How are you?
Doing good, doing good. How are you? How was your thing?
Good.
Did it go okay?
Yeah, it was good.
You know, I sent you an email about minimalism. I started 2 weeks ago. And I thought, hey, if I just get rid of all my stuff, all my problems will go away. But I'm finding that that's not really the case. The anxiety and the feeling of being trapped, which is why I wanted to do this, still remains. And I was wondering, in your research for this book and the stuff that you've done on minimalism, do you have any ideas to why just getting rid of stuff isn't necessarily working for me?
Well, it's because you think it's the clothes that are trapping you.
Yeah, this is why I called you.
Not clothes.
Okay, well, doctor, what's going on?
March 2020, the pandemic happens, right?
Mhm.
Like it kicks off. And what was everyone's first reaction? Go to the grocery store.
Yes.
Everything. Buy toilet paper. Buy hand sanitizer. Hoard. Get as much as we can.
Mm-hmm.
So when people believe that they're either in danger or something is missing from our lives, our tendency is generally, in most cases, is going to be to try and acquire things.
Wow.
I remember the days, all those years ago that never fade away. And I remember your face when you hit the ground. I can recall the time and place.
So, over on this side is my craft items and some food storage plus household supplies. Are doing a year's supply of whatever needs there are. Then up here we have all of the.
Did you say
family-
you have a year's supply of stuff?
Uh-huh. Along here you can see the spices.
All of these are empty.
On this side of the garage is all your dad's stuff with all of his tools and car parts. The middle part is mostly his flatbed truck that he is working on.
What does that mean?
Flat surface.
A flat surface.
You don't have, if you have a flat surface, even though your intent is to keep it clean, you're going to put stuff on it.
You have many things.
This is all family history items. Photo albums, journals, and a lot of my dad's family history stuff.
Is there a reason why you haven't like digitized that?
Well, we are working on that.
How long have
But-
you been working on that?
For 12 years. I have a lot of canning things. I have some hostess sets that were my grandmother's that I thought I would use them. We used to entertain a lot.
Yeah. And then you just stare into the lens. What kind of spurred the whole decluttering? Like, what were the factors in you going, hey, we need to start reducing the amount of stuff we have?
Well, I've always been a person that needs to have a place for everything and everything in its place.
Okay.
And that has gotten out of control as we moved into this smaller home. And the more, now that we're home more, it's reached a point that I can't deal with the clutter.
People often will feel like something is like, there's some feeling. We get some random feeling, right? Like either I'm trapped, I'm anxious, I got all this whatever going on. And then when we try and figure out what it is, sometimes it comes out in the sense of like, well, maybe I could solve it if I just like organized my life or like get rid of things. Now that might help for a little bit, but you're not like, what is underlying here?
Yeah.
And that, like, the sort of deeper work goes in where you're like, okay, what is that? Like, what problem am I trying to solve?
I feel like I'm trapped, and sometimes I can't think straight, and I almost like blow up, and then I go, I gotta get rid of everything.
Well, and that's something that I'm struggling with, because I want to get rid of stuff that I don't use, and there's a lot of things I haven't used for a long time, but because I haven't been home to use it.
Yeah. What about that Ronco food dehydrator?
Oh, I use that all the time.
Oh, do you really?
I do.
Okay.
Mostly for my apples.
Like, I'm thinking about this now, and fingers crossed I'm not going to pass on anytime soon. But I think, like, I have all of this stuff. If something were to happen to me, it's now somebody else's responsibility. And that actually makes me feel kind of bad and gives me anxiety. Do you ever go, we have so much stuff, if something were to happen, this could be a burden to somebody?
Oh yeah. That's a distinct thought in my mind.
Is it hard to let go of some of this stuff because, like, maybe memories of your dad are wrapped into it, or your mom, or Uncle Gary, or something like that?
Exactly. That's the biggest thing.
The other thing I found was that with some items, I would pick them up and it would just bring back a memory. Like this Justin Turner jersey. He got traded. Like, I'm not going to use this jersey, but the last, baseball game I went to with my dad and my mom, we had such a good time. Like, that's when I got this jersey. And so I was like, oh, I can't let it go because I've got some, like, memory tied into it. I'm like, is that common for a lot of people? And does it, like, really keep them holding on to things they probably shouldn't hold on to?
Yeah. And the question is, like, to what degree? I mean, I think we all do that because we're able to tie memories that are important to us to objects. And so when we feel like we get rid of an object, we're getting rid of, like, a memory, a part of ourselves.
Yeah.
And the question, like, if you have one Justin Turner jersey, is that a big deal? No. And I think that that's a totally normal thing. I think the problem is that when you find where it starts to get into, like, this clinical realm of hoarding, is when people are like, no, I actually might need that newspaper from April 17th, 1990.
Yeah.
Honestly, when I started this whole minimalism experiment, I thought it was going to be as easy as just getting rid of everything and I'd finally be happy. But what I'm finding out is that is certainly not the case. The reasons I buy stuff impulsively, the reasons I hold on to things for far too long, the reasons I freak out and feel anxious and trapped and then try to sell everything, and the reasons other people do too, are far more complex than I anticipated. And after talking to Michael and taking his advice, I reached out to my therapist to figure out why I'm still unhappy. And we will unpack all of that and why this could potentially be at the root of all my problems in the next episode of Renovating My Life. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do so. And if you thought this video was valuable, helpful, or entertaining in any way, do me a huge favor and hit the like button and share it with somebody that you think this video could help. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
What is the new book called, if I may ask, and when does it come out?
This is called The Scarcity Brain, and it comes out
There we go.
September.
This was perfect then. Did you say September or December?
September. So September 26th.
All right, man. That's awesome. Congratulations on the new book.
Thanks, dude. Congratulations on your 33 items.
You know, we'll see how long that lasts. I'll let you know how it goes. All right.
I can't ever picture you having just 33 sweet camera items.
I don't want to show you the camera room right now.
Don't do that. Just keep it to your clothes. Don't start dabbling and throwing out all your sweet gear.
All right, man. Well, thanks for your time, Mike. I'll catch you later, okay?
That was fun.
Peace.
Hey, everybody.